looking live inside Walnut Grove High School Gymnasium. It's a little spiffy. I still smell the talk on the floor. Joe Hillsman, Sylvester Williams, glad that you're with us. Our SUVtv Game of the Week. We are in Class 5A, a treacherous class, and it is a contender. 18-1 Cedar Shoals coming in against 15-2 upstart Walnut Grove. We'll start with Walnut Grove. Sly, you said you were interested in seeing Ryan Landers. He is the heavy hitter for this Walnut Grove Warrior basketball team.
You know, I've heard great things about this young man, Ryan Landers, you know, one of the top senior guards in the state. This will be my first time actually getting a chance to see him play, but I heard he's one who can give it to you however you want it. He can put points on the board when you need him. He can go out there and defend you and stop you if you need him to stop you, if you need him to stop someone. So I'm very interested to see how he does against this Cedar Shoals team.
You saw a shot there of Quincy Canty and Tyler Johnson. We'll get into them right now as we get into our keys to the game right here on SUVtv's coverage of the GHSA. Walnut Grove and Cedar Shoals, number one, Taco and Chip. Taco and Chip. That's Tyler Johnson and Quincy Canty. The additional ingredients, though, who's going to help them? Sly, keep your eyes on the sophomore point guard, number 24, Kashyyyk Brown. They call him Fat. So your Taco and your Chip is always going to be fat when those three come and play together. Walnut Grove on a bounce back. They've been rolling, but a region loss at Clark Central the other night. How will they bounce back tonight? Of course, we mentioned Ryan Landers. He's the one that's going to do it for them. Cam Lee, important factor, coming in at almost 15 points per game. The sixth man. We love the sixth man in all of basketball. I think it's very important in this region who's going to come off the bench. Cedar Shoals with a number of factors, but one guy coming off of the bench. He starts tonight, number 15, Carter Selman, 7 points per game. But keep your eyes on number 3, Darius Jones. He may come in impactful, 6 points a game off of the bench for Walnut Grove.
And, you know, this is huge. You know, the sixth man at that last point is always the most fascinating thing about the basketball game. You know who your stars are. You know who the guys who are going to bring it to you every night. But in order to win these tough region games, when you get later in the year, January, February, you need that guy that comes off the bench and provides you that spark, provides you that energy, provides you that spunk that you need. And that is so huge. The sixth man will be huge tonight. Just got to figure out who's going to be huge on what side. Which side is that sixth man going to come from?
It is Cedar Shoals. It is Walnut Grove. The tip coming in just a moment. As they get ready for the starting lineups, we'll give it to you right now. First, for the visiting Cedar Shoals Jaguars. It'll be number 1, Jamal McIntosh, a senior, 5'9". Number 3, Tyler Johnson, a senior, 6'1". Number 15, Quincy Canty, a senior, 6'6". Number 23, Raquel Willingham, a senior, 6'3". And number 24, Kashyyyk Brown, a sophomore, 5'6". McIntosh, Johnson, Canty, Willingham, and Brown for the Cedar Shoals Jaguars. For the Walnut Grove Warriors, it'll be number 1, Quante Rogers, a senior, 6 feet. Number 2, Cam Lee, a junior, 6'2". Number 10, Ryan Landers, a senior, 6'3". Number 13, Amir Green Jones, a sophomore, 6'1". And number 15, Carter Selman, a senior, 5'11". Rogers, Lee, Landers, Green Jones, and Selman for the Walnut Grove Warriors, who come in at 15-2 under head coach William Witherspoon in his first year here at Walnut Grove. For Cedar Shoals, the head coach is Eldrico Thomas. He's in his 10th season at Cedar Shoals, and I've got great nuggets for both of these coaches throughout the day. Cedar Shoals 18-1. It's a powerful 18-1. The one loss was to Archer, who a lot of people didn't see in 7A as being a factor. Archer now getting notoriety, and mark my words, you follow that region a lot with Newton and Grayson and Shiloh. Archer is going to make some noise. They made a deep playoff run last year, which everybody knows about. This year, they're probably going to make another run, but this time, if they're a 3 or a 4 seed, they won't be floating under the radar.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Coach LeCurve over there at Archer, I talked to him earlier in the year at the Jared Cook Classic, and I was looking at their warm-up shirts. And the back of their warm-up shirts, they all had like 4-digit numbers on the back or 3-digit numbers on the back, and I asked why. He says, man, I treat everybody like we're in the military. You're just a part of the call. You're just something that makes us, everybody just is just one piece of the puzzle that makes us strong, and we all fit together, and we're just going to come together and win. I like that attitude that they have over there at Archer.
All right, we get ready from the Grove. can I say, the Grove versus the Shoals. Cedar Shoals, the road team, they'll be in the beautiful blue uniforms with orange numbers and white stripes. Walnut Grove will be all in white, white tops, white bottoms. They've got green numbers, they've got green trim, and they've got the Grove going across the front of their chest.
I like this gym, Joe. Man.
Oh, this gym is absolutely phenomenal.
I love it. I love this gym. Now, like you said, you can smell the chalk still on the floor. It's still got that new gym smell to it.
It's not new, but they redid the floor from a couple of years ago, and this is the first year of the new floor. They wanted to get more of that hunter green color going on. But if they keep winning, hey, the gym may have a new name. The tip won by Cedar Shoals, but then turned over out of bounds. Walnut Grove will be going left to right. Cedar Shoals will be going right to left. Glad that you're with us wherever you are. The SUVtv.com. Selman has it now for the Grove, a Region 8 5A matchup.
You know, I love when teams come out and set up in that zone. And we'll see if you can shoot them out that zone.
Get it inside, up Lee, and scores. Breaks the seal on this one. Cam Lee, his first field goal. Lee leading Walnut Grove at just under 15 points per game, coming in technically at 14.6 points per game. Big efforts needed from he and Landers tonight. Kashyyyk Brown falling off. It rolled in and came out. Board swallowed up by Green Jones, and he'll push it in transition. Up ahead to Lee. Lee left his feet on the pass. It did not result in a turnover. Ryan Landers spins it across. Now they go into the corner. Here comes Rogers. Rogers inside, knocked away by Canty. Give him the steal. Here's Jamal McIntosh. Small two-guard lineup with McIntosh and Brown. But it's an effective lineup. Johnson, three, bottom. Tyler Johnson, a three ball.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson, man, I've been watching this kid play for so long. And what he does, man, he just puts it in the basket. Man, I love his game and how it's developed over the years.
Has an offer from Kennesaw State. Presbyterian has interest in him. They are in the gymnasium tonight.
Yeah, they'll love him down in Clinton, South Carolina, man. They will love him down there.
Well, Quentin Farrell is going to get that program back spinning in the right direction. I'll tell you that. Corey Hightower has had a good, impactful season in his sophomore year. Offensive foul and a turnover for Walnut Grove.
Yeah, that time Landers just kind of lowered his shoulder and tried to go in the lane. Hey, man, it's a thing called a jump stop. You can use it.
His first, team's first. Cedar Shoals in possession. They have a 3-2 lead. Kashyyyk Brown in the backcourt. Now there's backcourt pressure from Walnut Grove. Canty across the timeline now to Johnson. Johnson lost the dribble but attacks and scores anyway. Tyler Johnson the first 5 points.
See, I love that body control and ball control, how he lost handle, managed to stick with it and put it in.
On the drive, now gives it back out Rogers. Rogers at 11 points per game. So 3 scorers in double figures for this Walnut Grove bunch. Deep left side, 3. Selman in and out. Rebound fought for and came away by Kashyyyk Brown. Brown doesn't have the numbers, but he's going to push it anyway. All the way, put it up. No. Not a good decision from the young sophomore. Coming back this way. Attacking. Landers lost it. A traveling violation.
You know, you got to be under control. Got to understand where you are on the court and how you can move with that ball, you know. Get that thing away a little bit quicker.
Good crowd inside of Walnut Grove. Student section to our left standing. As you can see in the bottom of your left corner screen, Kashyyyk Brown is open. A 3 is on the way, in and out. No. Rebound by Willingham, and then he was pushed in the back by Landers. That's his second foul. So Ryan Landers had his second foul at the 5:31 mark. Make a note of it.
Yeah, he's going to sit down for a little bit after picking up those 2 quick early fouls. So we won't see him probably the midway through the second quarter.
In is Darius Jones, first man off the bench. Remember, our keys to the game are 6-man, and Jones coming in at just under 6 points a game. Tyler Johnson, 3 in and out. Willingham gets the board and his foul. He gets it back in. The big football body at the tight end. Raquel Willingham will go to the free throw line, the senior at 6'3".
See, that's what I like, man. You know, football players, special spot in my heart that football guys come out on the basketball court. You know, I love how he uses his body, but you don't have to take that dribble down low. I know you want to take that power dribble. You catch that ball and you just go up. Use that body, create space so you can get up and get that ball over the rim and put it in the basket.
Willingham first free throw is no good. I know you love football, Sly. I've got this nugget simply for you. So Coach Eldrico Thomas, the head basketball coach, in his 10th season, do you know in his second season he coached the head coach of the basketball team and the football team.
I had no idea.
No good. Rebound put back up is no good, and now Jones gets the board. I've got an even bigger nugget for you that you're going to appreciate. Traveling violation. Cedar Shoals football had been in a lull, had not had a winning season. He came in as the head coach in emergency duty and went 5-5 that season. All the while going 20-10 with the basketball team and winning the first region title for the basketball team in quite some time.
Kind of impressive. The only coach I know in recent history who's done anything close. Oh, nice take right there.
Jamal McIntosh on the drive.
Done anything close. Coach Daniel Millman down there in Jonesboro came in. He's the AD at Jonesboro and the head basketball coach. Came in and subbed in for the football coach about 3 weeks in a row after coach was suspended.
Turnover. Brown on the break.
Oh.
Got it blocked by Jones. McIntosh recovers. Mr. Ref is in the way. They kick it to the top to Johnson between the rings. He puts it on the floor. Attacks below the foul line. Back out to McIntosh. Left wing three. Hill of the rim, no. Willingham put it on the floor. Now goes up, in and out. Cannot get anything in the paint right now for the Cedar Shoals Jaguars.
But one thing, though, that's 3 offensive rebounds right there for Willingham. Need to put a body on the big man.
Jump stop in the lane is tipped, deflected out of bounds with 4:09 to go. 7-2, Cedar Shoals with a 5-point advantage. Zion Johnson now will check in, and Aaron Gottrell will check in off of the Walnut Grove bench.
See, now look, they're bringing it. Look at this block coming over the top on that instant replay. But look what they're doing. Walnut Grove is bringing in some size down there. They're bringing in a big guy down there. Maybe he can put a body on Willingham right there to stop him from getting all these offensive rebounds.
I'm glad you brought that point. Let's see if Coach Thomas goes to the bench and get Jalen Jackson, a football player, also to add some height. Darius Jones off the bench and into the scorebook for the 3-ball. Jones, remember now, 6th man with 5.5 points. Well, technically 5.9 points per game and 3 boards. He gives them effectivity off of the bench. Did I just create a word? I should say he's efficient. Quincy Canty, Mr. Mid-Range, his first field goal.
He's one of those great mid-range shooters in the state of Georgia, along with Jamal Kleiss. Who else, I think?
Those would have to be the top 2, I would have to say. I know Crawford County's got one that's trying to come up and do some things, but Canty's been doing it for quite a while. His 3rd season here at Cedar Shoals, along with Tyler Johnson, both coming over from Athens Christian after their freshman year, where they both were region players of the year. Going on the post and a steal. Good steal by Selman. Selman will run the break. Selman on the attack, floats it up. No good. Willingham swallows up the board. He's all over the glass. Mr. Windex early. Under 3 minutes, first quarter. Johnson spins it to McIntosh. McIntosh on the attack. Layup. Good. Jamal McIntosh. And Coach William Witherspoon has seen enough. Timeout call with 2:49 to go in this first quarter. The Cedar Shoals Jaguars with an 11-5 advantage. McIntosh. Oh, nice attack and lay.
I think that's a great timeout by Coach Witherspoon right there. It's a 6-point game, still early in the game, but Cedar Shoals is just off and running. They're off and moving. So now what you do, you slow up this Cedar Shoals team. You bring your team together. Let's calm down. Let's figure out where we are. Let's figure out what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and let's regroup and come back at it. Now, very important to see how they come back after this timeout.
You see Quincy Canty, one thing on that replay slide, he's been developing the mid-range we see, but on that particular one, he knew the spot he wanted to get to, got there, rise and fire.
Get to your spot and put it in.
It was a 30-second timeout, 4 timeouts remaining for Walnut Grove. Selman in possession. Jalen Jackson off of the Cedar Shoals bench goes to the scorer's table. Zone defense from the Jaguars. Walnut Grove operating, trailing by 6. At home, big region game. Inside, the Johnson jump hook with the left hand, no. Canty dominating and grabs the glass. McIntosh directing the traffic, he brings it into the forecourt for the Jaguars. To Kasheik Brown, the Johnson in the corner. Johnson a quick drive, floated up, good, beautiful move from Tyler Johnson. One of the fans wanted to travel, that's just one dribble and making his move.
You know, those are nice long steps, man. He just took one dribble, and that's all you need from the three-point line, if you know how to correctly take your steps.
Selman, elbow, no good. Rebound comes off offensively. Second chance opportunity, Rogers. Over to Jones, a three. It's no, and Canty swallows the glass again. Canty putting it on the floor, spins it up ahead to Brown.
See, right now, Cedar Shoals is just dominating the boards, offensive and defensive in this game.
8-point advantage for the Jaguars, under 100 seconds first quarter. Johnson picked up the dribble, gives it to Brown. Brown now spins it, there's open. Canty show the range. A three from Quincy Canty.
What a shot, what a shot. I love the range of that. I love that little two-man game they play on the side like that.
Patiently, though. Patient. Very patient.
Exactly.
Johnson showing for Walnut Grove in the middle of the zone. They don't get it to him. Cedar Shoals crowd, some folks from Athens across the way making noise. Dump it down to Johnson, bothered in a foul on Tyler Johnson. It'll be his first and the team's first. It's a 9-point advantage right now for the Cedar Shoals Jaguars.
You know, I like the thought process of what Walnut Grove is doing right here. Getting the ball inside that zone, getting beneath that zone. You know, it's two ways to play the zone. A lot of people, they like to shoot over the top of the zone, but I come from a style where when we play a 2-3 zone, you attack the free throw line. You get the ball right there at the free throw line, and you let your high post guy work, and your high post guy set something up, either that little jumper from the free throw line or drop it off to the big man if that center guy steps up at you at the free throw line.
Sly, you make an excellent point, because if you catch it right there and you turn and hit that 15-footer once or twice, now you have to honor it.
You got to respect that little jumper right there, and that's why it's so important to have a skilled forward guy who can play when you're playing that 2-3 zone.
1 minute first quarter. Johnson split the free throws. Canty to Brown in the corner. Brown now gives it to Jaden Williams. Williams recently picked up an offer from Edward Waters College for his football efforts. Jackson to Johnson. Johnson, pull-up jumper. It is off. Rebound fought for. The smallest man on the floor gets it in the paint, and Brown to Johnson. 3-ball. No. Jaden Williams, rebound up and in. Off the bench and into the scorebook, Jaden Williams.
Look at that. I like that, man. You're getting that offensive rebound, coming in the game and making something happen for yourself. Unnecessary dribble.
All the time. Up and a foul. Cedar Shoals now with a 12-point lead, their largest of the day at 2:18 to go.
Now, you don't know how mad that gets me, Joel. You catch the ball right there at the basket. Go straight up. Don't dribble. Why did you dribble? Go straight up and lay it in. You're right there at the basket. That's no need to dribble that. Oh, God, Joel, that gets me so mad, man.
2 feet in the paint, go straight up.
Go straight up.
Free throw is good. Cam Lee at the line, by the way.
Frustrating.
I agree. Walnut Grove, you talked about this beautiful gymnasium slide. They're 8-0 at home this season. Free throw good from Lee. And there's a nice crowd. I'd like to see a few more of you here. And Walnut Grove and Coach Witherspoon, I'm telling you, first head coaching job, first season, and he's got a 15-2 bunch in a very tough region. One of those home wins was over Buford.
Hey, anytime you go and beat Buford, man, anytime you beat Buford, shows your nose a little bit. That guy on the sideline at Buford, he knows a little bit about coaching. Jackson
could not get the rebound at the end of the first quarter. The Cedar Shoals Jaguars, 18. The Walnut Grove Warriors, 8. You're watching SUVtv's GHSA Game of the Week. Joel Hilsman and Sylvester Williams, glad that you're back here with us. We're in our SUVtv courtside seats. Cedar Shoals with an 18-8 lead. Sly, that's what we do, man. You've been around the state long enough. You know these guys.
That is funny, though. You know, it's how you get to know these young guys after calling so many games. It's just strange.
Jadavian Colbert gets the start for Cedar Shoals, number 2 in blue, at the start of this second quarter. Brown, Johnson, Jackson, Colbert, and Williams, the 5 on the floor. A small lineup for the Jaguars. Selman, Landers is back in with the 2 fouls. Johnson underneath cannot get it to go. Rebound comes off to Cam Lee, pushes it quickly in transition. Lee on the attack, took the contact, and one. Cam Lee, it's a score, and one more.
And you know what was so important about that? The rebound. Because right now, Cedar Shoals is dominating on the offensive glass and the defensive glass. They're totally out-rebounding Walnut Grove in that first half. So the fact that they can get this rebound and get things started quick and hurry, Cam Lee gets the rebound and goes all the way down the court. They needed that something big.
Completes the three-point play. He's 3 of 3 from the free throw line and has 7 points to lead Walnut Grove in scoring so far. Brown on the catch down the lane. Left hand is good. Kushik Brown, his first field goal.
Nice find out of the trap to find your point guard and get it to him and attack the basket.
Cedar Shoals still showing the zone defense. Walnut Grove operating around the perimeter. Lee goes baseline, spins it over. Landers, corner 3 on the way. Air ball, rebound to Johnson. To Brown, they'll push it quickly up ahead to Williams. Williams on the attack. Good defense from Rogers to stop the ball. Kushik puts it on the floor, now hesitates, peels it back, pulls the jumper from 16, no good. Didn't get the foul, he wanted it. Lee comes away with it. Long lead pass up to Landers. Landers has to recover it and gather himself, goes baseline, out of control, but a block foul is called on Jalen Jackson.
And see, right now, Landers is pressing. You know, he picked up those two early fouls. He had to sit the bench. Right there is a play. See, he has it on the baseline. Set up your offense. No need to attack the basket right now. Set up your offense. He didn't have anything going. Pull that thing back out. Set up. You got a point guard on the court for a reason.
6:32 to go, second quarter. Jackson came over defensively, as you saw on the SUVtv replay, but was late. Corner 3, Rogers, good. Quante Rogers, his first field goal is a long ball.
Now that's perfection on the out-of-bounds play. That's exactly how Witherspoon drew up that out-of-bounds play, and it worked to perfection.
Canty back into the contest now for the Jaguars. Brown to Williams. Tyler Johnson takes a seat. We'll see how long he sits. Coming up on 6 minutes to go, second quarter. 2 minutes gone. On the post, Canty turns, catches, up, and scores. Quincy Canty back to the basket move.
See, I like Canty's size down there, man. Right now, he's the biggest guy on the court, and he can work down there.
Selman in the corner now to Green Jones. Cedar Shoals sticking and staying with the zone as it's causing problems. Blocking foul called. Colbert did not like it. The sophomore at 5'8", getting some burn here. He picks up the first 5.
Nah, you're not going to get that call. You got to have your feet set. You know, you have to anticipate that hop step move right there. You got to anticipate it and get set if you want to pick up that charge. You can cry, but you're not going to get that call.
McIntosh and Jackson in. Jackson the steal. So Jackson and Canty on the floor at the same time in the Cedar Shoals front court. Here's Canty. Elbow, jumper, hill of the rim. Board. Jackson fights for it and gets it. Another offensive rebound. Slide, you brought that point up.
And right now, they're just all over the boards. And we got 6 offensive rebounds compared to 1 for Walnut Grove. They are all over the boards, man. And Walnut Grove just has to do a better job of finding a body and boxing out. Because they're getting these rebounds because they aren't boxing out.
Inside, Lee back to Selman. Walnut Grove doesn't have anything, and they'll attack it differently this time with 5 minutes to go. Second quarter. Glad that you're with us. Long 3, Rogers, bottom. Get it out the bottom of the net, Quadre Rogers. 5-point game, 22-17. Cedar Shoals in possession and have the 5-point lead. Jackson the screen for McIntosh. Canty knocked away out of bounds. Good hands from Cam Lee.
That was a long, deep three, man. He shot that one back from all the way from Highway 138, man. Launched that thing up there.
Johnson, side out of bounds, throws it into the backcourt for McIntosh. Cedar Shoals, offensively, 72 points per game. Walnut Grove, defensively, 53.7 points per game. 4.5 to go. Put it on the floor, drives, and a jump ball call. Possession will be retained by the Jaguars with exactly 4:24 to go, second quarter.
You know that's my pet peeve in high school ball, that jump ball, that alternating possession jump ball. There's 3 circles on the court. Use them. Use 3 circles. Let the kids jump for it, man. Reward the defense if they play great defense. Give them a chance.
McIntosh on the drive, had it stripped away. Cookies taken away. Selman up ahead. Here comes Lee on the attack. Up, no. Follow, no. Lee underneath goes up, no. Fight for the board is ripped away by the Jaguars. Williams, and he's fouled by Lee. Crowd doesn't like it. Need a 4th team foul on Walnut Grove. Sly, I'm in this beautiful gym again. I keep looking up in the middle. Just feels like a scoreboard should be hanging above midcourt.
I know. That's the one Walnut Grove want to talk to the Booster Club about. Let's go and put that scoreboard in the middle of the court, man. Put that video HD screen up there in the middle.
But I like how they're getting it. The benches are on the opposite side of the logo. That's how it needs to be done. I hope the high schools realize when SUVtv shows up, that's how it needs to be. The benches on the opposite side. Watch the NBA every night. Turn, fading, Jackson, no. Rebound by Lee. Did I slip that in on the slide?
There you go, you did.
Landers into the front court. Now into the corner to Rogers. Back to Landers. Landers in foul trouble now, and he's got off to a slow start. A brick of a 3 by Green Jones. Johnson pushing it. Up ahead to McIntosh. Pulls a 15-footer. It caroms off. Follow. Canty, no. Canty another board. Up, no. Fight for it. Johnson on the glass. 3 boards. Brown, set, fire, 3. Bottom. Kashyyyk Brown, a 3 ball. Second chance opportunities again for the Jaguars. And a steal. Canty up ahead to McIntosh. McIntosh used his body as a shield. Knocked out of bounds. Off of Rogers. Great job defensively to get back by Quante Rogers.
Now, that's a great job of not giving up on the play, getting back. And my favorite thing about playing defense on the break, if you can get back and force the turnover, knock it off the guy. I thought that was Walnut Grove ball. That should have been I thought he knocked it off of him.
Yeah, ball don't lie. 3, no good. Rebound, and this time it's clearly off of them. Both of them lie. I'm loving the energy from the crowd, though. Mm-hmm. They're into the contest, maybe not as vocal, but emotions. I just looked up at a gentleman. He's gone to the concession stand now because he can't believe it went out of bounds with 2 players there.
Uh-oh. Almost lost it on the inbound.
Brown recovers it. 8-point advantage with 3 minutes to go, second quarter.
And see, I like that. They're trying to work him down on the block.
Turn, Canty, up, no, follow. Jackson, another offensive board, but then a travel.
And see, I think on that one they called the travel too early. I think they called it too early because he fell down, and he was trying to push it off. He didn't roll or anything. He just fell. That's one of those iffy ones. Let's take a look at it.
That's a travel, Sly.
You think so?
That's a slot. That's a
well, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's hard to argue with it, but I just think it's
so you're
it's
saying
too early.
They should have called a foul?
Yeah, I think it was a foul before it was a travel. I think he was pushed. That's why he traveled.
Selman 3 is off, no good. Rebound by Canty. Canty got smacked by Jones, and he gets the steal. Landers on the attack, scores. Ryan Landers. That's his first field goal, and it comes with 2:24 second quarter. Got in early foul trouble. Has managed to play this second quarter without picking up his third. Here's Canty. Gets the screen. They're going to go pick and roll action. Here's Johnson, gets it. Now over to Brown. Raquel Willingham back into the contest. Brown pulls a 3. No good. Rebound ripped off now by Lee. Lee to Rogers in transition. To Jones. Jones puts it on the floor. Jones on the attack. Bounces it back. They'll swing it. On the move. Lay up. No. Jones follow. No. Willingham protects the glass. Brown, 3, bottoms. Kashyyyk Brown with 8 points, his second triple. That's a big-time 3. Push the lead back out to 9. 95 seconds first half. Jones wanted to go baseline. It wasn't there. He's got the old-school Iversons on. Have not seen those in a while.
Yeah, they just re-released those. Had a big deal with them. They had them in all red at first when they first came out.
Reebok. And of course, in the basketball world now, the shoes are everything. Landers goes baseline, cutting. Rogers laid, no. Board, Brown. 1 minute. 1 minute remaining in this first half. Canty, corner, three. No. Rebound. Tipped and Selman comes away with it. Lead pass up ahead. Here's Rogers. Goes behind the back. Nice move. Goes up. No. Fans wanted a goaltend. Did not get it. Out of bounds. No, a foul is called.
Yeah, they're going to call over the back on that one.
Selman, Carter Selman, the senior, picked up the foul.
What did you say, $5 move? $5
million move, 10-cent shot.
Yep.
48 and 4/10 seconds. Landers comes out. Coach Witherspoon does not want him to pick up his third here in the closing moments of the second quarter and first half. Joel Hilsman, Sylvester Williams, glad that you're with us in our SUVtv courtside seats. Glad that you're with us on your TV, your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, your phone. You have no excuse. Offensive foul call.
And that's a good call right there. You can't use that old school NWA, WCW forearm out there.
Raquel Willingham hit with the offensive foul. Rogers will be inbounding it, side out of bounds for the Grove. Region 8-5-8.
See, I love what Coach Witherspoon did. Play a little bit of offensive defense with Landers. You let Landers sit down on the defensive side so he doesn't pick up that foul, then bring him in for this final shot.
They probably, most likely, will hold for the final shot in 21 seconds. Cedar Shoals has been in command of the basketball game. Walnut Grove led 2-0 early on their first possession. Cedar Shoals came back and hit a three and have not trailed since. Opened the game technically with a 7-0 run. Three ball, Lee, no. Rebound, McIntosh to Canty to beat the horn. He will not. And we go to halftime. The Cedar Shoals Jaguars 28. The Walnut Grove Warriors 19. You're watching SUVtv's Tuesday night game of the week right here on the network.
With SUVtv at the CP3 Rising Stars campus.
SUVtv's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision, presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUVtv.
SUVtv brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUVtv, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality, nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member that lives in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUVtv has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think, is always interesting.
Down.
Oh! Yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring no matter how hard they try right now.
Game time, Avian Williamson at the buzzer. That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining us.
The 360, he throws it down.
He'll come off the double screen to the left. Oh, and wide open underneath.
Sexton gonna step back, fadeaway three.
Oh, my goodness. Colin Sexton.
In the lane by Tracy. Here's Williamson, makes his way around one tight. Now hustling in toward the lane and throws it down. That's what the crowd had been waiting on. A fantastic dunk coming in by Williamson. Trent, off balance jumper.
Nailed it. Pierre to Gary Trent Jr. Oh my goodness. That's how you end the game, folks.
We welcome you back inside Walnut Grove High School in Loganville, Georgia, Walnut Grove, Georgia. You can split the baby how you want. Joe Hilsman, Raheem Bridgeforth in our SUVtv courtside seat. Cedar Shoals with a 9-point lead, 28-19. Largest lead in that first half was 12. Raheem, your thoughts on what you saw there in that first half?
I'd actually have to say that the game is a lot closer than what the score predicts. For Walnut Grove, they're actually getting the shots that they need to get, but they're just not going down. At the end of the half, they got a lot of open layups, but kind of missed them and could have cut the lead to about 6, but that's why we're at 9 right now. And for Cedar Shoals, they're just continuing to attack the rim. They have the size advantage, and they're attacking the glass and getting every rebound. These guys have some shooters on the outside that are knocking down shots, and they've been very persistent with their attack.
Taking a look at some numbers, Quincy Canty and Tyler Johnson, as you see B-roll action of them now, each with 7 points to lead Cedar Shoals, but Kashyyyk Brown has 8 to lead them. Kashyyyk with 8 points, all of them coming there in that second quarter. Kashyyyk there with the assist, and the hockey assist, Canty with that corner 3. For Walnut Grove, it is Cam Lee with 7 points, but I think the bigger story, Ryan Landers with only 2 points and had 2 fouls in that first quarter, so he sat some, but now not getting his third in that second quarter kind of even reset that thing. We get ready right here in front of us in our broadcast location. Walnut Grove will be all in white tops, white bottoms, green numbers, gray trim, and green trim. Cedar Shoals in the road blues, all blue, blue top, blue bottoms, orange numbers, white trim. Selman, Green Jones, Landers, Lee, and Rogers, the 5 that started for Walnut Grove. Baseline drive on the cut, recovered. Here's Lee. Lee, 15-footer, elbow good. Cam Lee.
Cam Lee, a guy with a nice stroke, really hits that mid-range at a consistent basis.
Lee right at 14.6 points per game and 4.5 boards. Canty has it in the corner. Canty, Willingham, Johnson, Brown, and McIntosh, the 5 starters that started in this third quarter. Brown, a 3, bottom, his third 3. He's in double figures with 11. Kashyyyk Fat Brown.
And Brown, he's actually picking up from what he left off in the first half. He continued to knock down these open three-pointers. They might want to get out that zone defense.
Lead to 10 now, 31-21. Long 3, Rogers, take that with you. His third triple. And a 7-point advantage. Rogers now, with 9 points in the contest. A minute gone by, third quarter. Cedar Shoals coming in at 18-1. Big-time victories on the schedule over Cale, Beaufort, Apopka, Florida, Valdosta, and Clark Central. Johnson, jumper, rattled in, and he's living right.
They're out to a hot start right now. They're continuing to attack. We're going to have to see Walnut Grove pick up the defensive presence.
I think Cale was the biggest victory for Cedar Shoals in the state, but the Apopka victory was very large. Apopka, a top 10 team in Class 7A Florida. Cam Lee jumper good, so he's trying to get it going here in this third quarter. McIntosh gets the screen from Canty. Over to Johnson, puts it on the floor. One drive, float with the right hand. Oh, Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, that middle's wide open right now. That's what that zone is allowing. It's allowing them to attack that middle. That's how you attack the zone. You go to the middle.
And Raheem, when you have a player of his caliber, the IQ, recognize, get in, that's 2 field goals by doing exactly that here in the early going of the second quarter and second half. Lee down the lane. That foul is an offensive foul on Cam Lee.
And that was the time he probably should have took that same mid-range jumper that he's been knocking down this half.
Get to that little spot and pull up. You see right there, 2 steps. Good job by Raquel Willingham to come in. So now a little 1-2-2 from the Grove. McIntosh and Brown pitch and catch across the timeline. Canty spins it back to McIntosh. Pass was deflected. Brown recovers. Walnut Grove going to come out now and try and press the tempo with the defense. Back to the basket. Good feed. Jump hook. Good. Kashyyyk Brown on the assist. Quincy Canty now with 9.
And Quincy Canty really has a size advantage down there. I mean, if they can continue to get the ball down there to him, there's not going to be any way to stop that.
University of Alabama, Birmingham, St. John's, Tennessee State, all have offered Quincy Canty at 6'6". 3 ball. Green, front iron, board out of the guard spot again. Kashyyyk Brown, he pushes it left of the lane. Dropped the shoulder, didn't get hit with the foul and the turnover. Selman kicks it up ahead to Lee. Lee running all the way left, good on the right side, Cam Lee. And a timeout, a 30-second timeout call by Walnut Grove head coach William Witherspoon. I don't know. I've always been leery of the timeouts after your own make to kill your momentum.
Yeah, that can kill your momentum. I mean, they just created a turnover. They're using that press. They can continue to create turnovers and maybe get this lead down some.
William Witherspoon in his first year as a head coach previously spent time as an assistant at Grayson, Mountain View, and Berkmar. And, of course, was a player at Berkmar and won a state championship and then went ahead off to Air Force Academy. As you take a look inside of that huddle, it's a full timeout that he's called. So he's 15-2 in his first season here at Walnut Grove. Got to see them back in June at the Summer Explosion, which was right here on SUVtv, and you instantly saw his fingerprints on the program, and now here you are in mid-January, and you're seeing how he's built the program since taking over.
Yeah, and they look like a pretty good program. Looks like they're up and coming up on the rise. Doesn't look like they're shying from the competition, and they're still in this game. They can win this game.
Yeah, we had some good fun. He said he'll really be feeling good next year when he doesn't have to see Cedar Shoals twice a year because there will be reclassification. Cedar Shoals will be dropping down to 4A. Basketball-wise, though, continue to expect them to play 6, 7, 8 squads. Rico Thomas, the head coach in his 10th year, has not shied away. In the previous 2 years, they went 10-18 and went 15-14, but played arguably the toughest schedules you'll find in the state of Georgia. And to go 10-18, that's a losing record, still made the state tournament.
I mean,
battle tested.
Yeah, very battle tested.
Eldrico
looks like they went into a 2-2-1 press there, which sort of created a turnover, but created a jump ball, actually.
The jump ball and the possession goes to the Cedar Shoals Jaguars. Johnson will be the trigger with 4:28 to go, baseline out of bounds. Into Willingham. Willingham now to McIntosh. McIntosh with the right hand dribble, and they'll set up the offense. McIntosh has been solid in recent weeks for Cedar Shoals at 5 points per game and 4.2 assists. Johnson, jumper, rattled in and fell out. Rebound is ripped off by Landers. Landers pushes it quickly now to Lee. Lee on the attack. Back outside, open three. Rogers, front iron, no. Canty on the glass. Canty picks up his 7th board of the game, right at his average, but a steal and a layup by Cam Lee. Lee has had himself a pretty solid third quarter. He has 8 points in the quarter and has 15 in the game.
And what's more impressive, actually, is the 2 steals that he's got in this quarter, because both of those steals created points.
Oh, you got a little feather? Oh, a little feathery touch from Kashyyyk Fat Brown. Kashyyyk now with 13 in the contest. All of them coming in the second and third quarter. As you see the SUVtv instant replay, Cam Lee went to go get it, but just that feathery touch on a baseline float from Kashyyyk Brown. Selman on the attack, right hand, and scores. A nice drive from Carter Selman, his first field goal. It's at 7 right now, Raheem. I feel Cedar Shoals may have Walnut Grove at arm's length at 7 points.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to get the momentum right here. That press is actually creating some turnovers.
Canty, big boy basketball, and one, Quincy Canty.
And that's what Cedar Shoals has to continue to do. They have to continue to get it to the big man. There's no one down there with that type of size. He can continue to attack them and score all day.
Canty with 13 points in the contest. He'll be making his trip to the free throw line for the first time, coming in at 23 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, and he's an 83% free throw shooter as you get a look at the 6'6 senior.
I mean, what more can you ask for to have your big man shooting 83% from the line?
And that's what you do, Raheem. You just go ahead and mess him all up. Gets the board, turns, it falls in.
Well, at least he made up for it.
Quincy Canty, and he pushes the lead out to 11 now, 43-32, 2:40 remaining. third quarter. Landers, right wing three, bottom. Will Ryan Landers warm to the task? We'll see. That's a big-time tray ball there to float some momentum.
A guy that really needed in that first half picked up 2 early fouls. Let's see if he can get it going.
Turn, Canty. Oh, that's just big boy basketball from Quincy Canty. Canty now with 8 in the quarter. 3 ball, bottom of the net. Carter Selman.
We really had a low-scoring first half, but they're starting to pick up the scoring now.
Brown between the rings. Speaking of the scoring, Raheem, Walnut Grove has 5 games of 70 or more points. They're coming in averaging 61.9, so just shy of 62 points per game. Defensively, 53.7. I don't think they're going to hold Cedar Shoals to 53. Cedar Shoals averaging 72 points per game. Oh, deep three, Johnson, no. Brown tip, Canty board, up and in. Quincy Canty is dominating in this third quarter.
Yeah, that guy is a monster. I mean, he is relentlessly attacking the glass.
Green, 3 ball, hill of the rim, no. Rebound to McIntosh, still running. He's got number 3 on 1. McIntosh now comes. Good defense by Green to get back. Canty could not get the putback dunk. Johnson scores. Cedar Shoals flexing muscles at the moment. 49-38, lead back out to 11. Their largest, though, is 12. Walnut Grove may have to dig deep. A minute to go, third quarter. Cedar Shoals in full command of the basketball game.
It's like every time Walnut Grove starts to come back, Cedar Grove just runs it back up.
Cedar Shoals, Raheem, I'm going to get you on that one now. I'll tell you off air why. Oh, sidestepping to the hoop is Ryan Landers.
That's a great move.
49-40, Raheem came over here with that Atlanta stuff and said Cedar Grove. Cedar Shoals beat Cedar Grove earlier this year. You can get that at the bottom of the net. A 3 ball from the corner for Tyler Johnson. And a steal. Jaden Williams quickly with the hoop.
If there's ever a time for a timeout, it might be right now.
Largest lead now at 14. It's 54-40. Drive, lead, floating, and a foul call. It will not go with 16 and 2/10 seconds. Take a look at our SUVtv instant replay. Tyler Johnson strips the net on the 3, and then the quick little steal off of the inbound. Being very, very lazy, nonchalant. You cannot do that at this point of the season. Let's see, Raheem, now, if he's playing for you, is that suicides in practice the next day?
Definitely, or we're going to yank him right out of the game after that because, I mean, that's a careless turnover.
54-41. Canty will take a seat. Jalen Jackson will come in. Canty going to go and sit with 16 and 2/10 seconds, so he'll get a little bit of quarter break. Cam Lee, though, has came and played ball here in this third quarter. He has 10 in the quarter, 17 in the game. And will take a blow as well. So Coach Witherspoon looking to steal a minute for him as well. Johnson across the timeline with 10 seconds. Cedar Shoals has the last shot opportunity. They've got to go, though, with 5 seconds. Here's Kashyyyk. Now to Johnson. Johnson now going to step into a 3 ball. Good to beat the horn. Tyler Johnson filling it. 12 points in that third quarter for Tyler Johnson. 19 in the game. That last one was that 3 that you can get out of the bottom of the net, and it gives Cedar Shoals their largest lead of the game at 15. The fourth quarter is coming up next right here. SUVtv's Game of the Week. welcome you back inside Walnut Grove Gymnasium. Joel Hillsman, Raheem Bridgeforth, and our SUVtv courtside seats. Cedar Shoals making loud noise at the end of the third quarter. A 15-point lead as we start the fourth quarter. Their largest leader today, Cam Lee, floater, no. Rebound, Jaden Williams. You mentioned the scoring pickup, a 23-point third quarter from Walnut Grove, and still trail by 15 as Cedar Shoals sticks them with a 29-point third quarter.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure how many shots Cedar Shoals missed that quarter.
Ryan Landers with a 3-ball.
And that's a big shot because they really needed that. The lead was starting to get a little out of hand. And
timeout call from Walnut Grove. I'm sorry, Raheem, go ahead.
I'm just saying it's 7 minutes and 23 seconds left. This game is not over. These guys can create some turnovers and score off those turnovers. They can come back to in this game.
A 60-second timeout, a full timeout. Walnut Grove has 2 remaining. Cedar Shoals has all 5 timeouts remaining. In that third quarter, if we can, do we have the keys to the graphic stack? Let's look at that right quick during this quick timeout. We look at our keys. Taco and Chip. In that third quarter, Taco and Chip combined for 22 points. 12 from Tyler Johnson. That's Chip. Taco with 10. That's Quincy Canty. Walnut Grove bounce back and execution. It's been a struggle. Cam Lee with 10 points on that third. The sixth man have not had that six-man impact now. Darius Jones came off the bench, hit that early 3 in the fourth quarter. So now it's going to have to be a full collective effort from the Grove, Walnut Grove.
Yeah, they're going to have to play more as a team. What I'm seeing now is they're doing a lot of one-on-one, not really moving the ball, not getting the best shot available. If they can play more as a team, they can come back in this game.
Walnut Grove with quality wins over 7A Peachtree Ridge. Ryan Landers won the game with a game-winning layup. They have 2 victories over Wander Barrow, a victory over Gainesville, and a victory over Jude Charter. Not a heavy schedule, but you can expect Walnut Grove's schedule to pick up as Witherspoon continues to put his stamp on this program. They still are a factor, and look for them in the state tournament. Rebound comes off by Green Jones off of the Williams miss. Landers, right wing 3, hill of the rim, no. Johnson secures the board for the Jaguars. Minute gone by. Up ahead quickly, put it on the floor. Get that shot out of here. Ryan Landers with a beatdown block. Now here comes Rogers. He lost it. And a trip call on Jalen Jackson. You know why that block happened from Javadion Colbert, because of the unnecessary dribble. We take a look at our SUVtv instant replay.
Yeah, you always tell your players, don't take that.
Hold on, look. You see that? Oh, yes, it's on the backboard. Get the Wilson and get it off of the backboard. He put the Wilson on the backboard. Nobody likes the Evo ball anyway.
Yeah, he really timed that block. He measured it and beat it hard off the glass.
57-45. Baseline out of bounds underneath the basket for the Walnut Grove Warriors. Wonderful crowd inside the gymnasium. Inside layup, Lee, good. Cam Lee having a day. 12 in this second half, 19 in the game. Johnson has it, crowd urging defense now. Colbert is in the corner with the dribble. 6.5 to go, fourth quarter. Here's Brown. Kashyyyk peels it back out. No hurry, trying to go to Canty. Landers face guarded him. Inside on the cut, Johnson. Williams, corner 3, extra pass. No. Rebound is off to Rogers. Quickly now to lead. He'll come in transition. He does not have the numbers. And he's got his cookies taken. Call the cops, as Sly would say. Now here's Johnson. Johnson in the corner. He picked up the dribble, surveying with 2 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Cedar Shoals trying to blow them out of the gymnasium and use the momentum. They led by 15. Brown drives. No. Follow Canty. No. Canty lost it again. It's on the floor. Picked up by Lee. Lee up ahead to Rogers. Rogers attacking. Had it knocked away and a foul call. He'll go to the free throw line. It's a 10-point game right now and a 5-0 start for Walnut Grove in this fourth quarter.
And they're off to a good start. They got to continue to keep this pressure going, continue to get to the line and get the best available shot.
So they're not. Yes, it will be 2 shots coming up. Cam Lee going to the free throw line. He's 5 of 5 on the day.
He may have got bailed a little bit there.
Check it. It'll be Rogers now and not Lee. Rogers making his first trip to the free throw line. He has 9 points in the contest. as he's connected on 3 tray balls. Coach Witherspoon talking to Amir Green Jones and giving him instructions. Coach Eldrico Thomas with his hands on his hips surveying for his 18-1 Jaguars. Eldrico Thomas 13 wins shy of 200. No good on the free throw from Rogers. 187-95 entering tonight.
That's an impressive record.
He's in his 10th year, and Raheem, I'll let you know, in his 2nd year as the head basketball coach, he also was the head football coach.
Oh, wow.
In basketball, won a region title. In football, went 5-5, which was a drastic mark for the football team at that time. He's now the athletic director as well. He's got his, and now he reaches in and calls his first timeout. It's a full timeout with 5:38 to go. 3 Final Fours for Coach Eldrico Thomas. 7 state playoff appearances in his previous 9 seasons. And 1 state runner-up.
I tell you what, they have the roster now to get to another Final Four.
Made the state tournament 5 consecutive seasons as you peer in at the Cedar Shoals huddle there. They're 5-1 on the road. And they are on the road tonight. And Walnut Grove, ironically, is 8-0 at home as they trail now by 9 and trying to protect this beautiful home court.
Yeah, this is a really nice court.
Cedar Shoals. Remember, it's a big weekend right here on SUVtv. The 2020 Flying to the Hoop Invitational. Stars are born here. Sylvester Williams will be on the call. He's behind me. That's an event that's near and dear to his heart. And I'll be with you in East Orange, the OSC Give Back Classic, a loaded 11-game stretch. We'll see you in Jersey. Absolutely cannot wait. SUVtv all over the place. Inside, Johnson, down low, Canty, no. Rebound comes out. Cedar Shoals did not score out of the timeout. Lee, Rogers, 3 on the way, in and out. Board is swallowed up by Canty. He gives it over now to Johnson. Canty fringing closely on a double-double. 5:10 to go. McIntosh picked up defensively by Darius Jones. Cedar Shoals patiently working it around the perimeter. They go down low to Canty. Catch had it knocked away. Landers comes away. Lead pass up to Green. Green, nice move and score. Count it. And the foul. Amir Green, his first field goal, the sophomore. And all of a sudden, Walnut Grove feeling momentum. The 15-point lead is down to 7 and an opportunity to cut it to 6.
Yes. Nice Euro step. Straight to the lane. Basket and 1. Now you got to make it count from the free throw line.
Foul on Jamal McIntosh. Free throw is good, and now Slide tells me it is a double-double. 11 boards, and the three-point play is good for Walnut Grove's Amir Green Jones, a 6'1 sophomore. The lead is down to 6. It's a 9-0 run for Walnut Grove to open this 4th quarter. Cedar Shoals hasn't scored a basket since the tray ball at the end of the 3rd. Walnut Grove defense champ, almost a steal. Brown into the backcourt to get it. Brown now quickly comes up, pulls up from 15. They bother it. Landers got the board. Landers kicks it up ahead. Now here's Lee. Lee on the attack. Lee goes up, took contact off the window. No, Jones rebound up and in. Darius Jones. It's a 4-point game. An 11-0 run from Walnut Grove to cut it to 4. The crowd gets loud inside Walnut Grove Gymnasium.
And you would think they would call a timeout now, but I like that he's letting them play.
Williams, 3, no good. Jones rips off the glass. Under 4 minutes to go. Landers wanted to pull the 3. Landers kicks it across. Here's Rogers. He peels it back out. They have not led since 2-0. They trail by 15 to start the quarter. They're an 11-0 run. Math tells me it's a 4-point game, which it is. Williams shows quickly. Now on the drive, Rogers. Cookies taken. Long lead pass from Johnson up to Brown. Brown on the break. Stop. Had it stolen and then out of bounds.
Great defense.
Wonderful, wonderful defense from Cam Lee. Now Carter Selman is going to come in, but Cam Lee just asked to come out with 3:23. Young man, you got to dig deep, man. You can't come out right now. You're too valuable. Wonderful hustle, though. Cedar Shoals in dire need of a basket. And now a foul call. And this one will be on Landers, his third. Oh, check it. They'll change it and say on Selman. It's only the third team foul of the half. Johnson puts it on the floor. Nice move to the hoop. He cannot buy a bucket. Cedar Shoals, ice cold fourth quarter. Lead pass to Jones. Jones could not corral it. Saved it to Selman. Selman kicks it over. Here's Rogers across the green. Green on the floor. Now puts it back to Jones, picked up by Williams. 3 minutes to go. Coach Witherspoon gives the signal. They're on an 11-0 run, and Cedar Shoals has not scored in the fourth quarter. The crowd continues to go loud and stomping on those bleachers. Ryan Landers puts it on the floor. Bevia moves, drives, goes up and scores. Ryan Landers, it's a 2-point game. It's a 13-0 run. 57-52, Region 8-5A right here in your face. Class 5A. Williams has it on the left wing. Look to give it to Canty. Canty, short corner jumper, in and out. A lid on the basket. Selman with it. They've got a chance to tie or take the lead. Landers has it now with 2:20. Landers on the attack, lost it, out of bounds, and a turnover. And Coach Witherspoon telling them to calm down, Raheem.
Yeah, that time he should have just brought it out, set up the offense, and got a good shot. They have the momentum right now. Cedar Shoals is missing everything that they're shooting. They're playing excellent defense. They just have to calm down and get the right shot right now. They can win this game.
A 29-point third quarter from Cedar Shoals, but they got a big fat 0 right now, and you're at crunch time. The 15-point lead is almost gone. It's down to 2. Brown gives it to McIntosh, standing on the Warrior logo. 2 minutes. Canty has it. Looks for Johnson down low, can't get it to him. Williams now into Canty. Turn, jump, hook. Good. They had to have it. That snaps the run. You want to talk about dire need, man. They almost had to go EBT to get a basket.
Yeah, that was a much-needed basket right there. But they went back to what was working for them. Get it down there in the middle and let them attack.
Landers gives it to Green Jones. 95 seconds. 59-55. Landers on the attack. Goes up. No. Johnson got the board. They were looking for the foul. Johnson in transition. He'll peel and bring it back. 80 seconds in the corner. Williams, no. And now the timeout is called, a 30-second timeout taken by Cedar Shoals. They have 3 remaining with 1:21 to go. Take a look at our SUVtv instant replay. They had to have the hoop. Good ball movement. You've seen that all night. Cedar Shoals patient, but get it into Canty. Canty turned with a little jump hook. Their first field goal in nearly 6 minutes.
Yeah, and it's surprising that a team that put up 29 points in the third quarter only has 2 points in the fourth.
Well, they were ice cold and couldn't buy a hoop. And the crowd started working in the favor of Walnut Grove. They opened with a 13-0 run in that fourth quarter. Joel Hilsman, Raheem Bridgeforth, glad that you're with us. SUVtv courtside seats. As you take a look at our SUVtv instant replay, that's a big rebound and put back there from Darius Jones. 5 points off of the bench. Our last key to the game was the 6th man. Had to have it. All right, let's set it for you. McIntosh, Johnson, Canty, Williams, and Brown, the 5 on the floor for Cedar Shoals. Landers, Selman, Lee, Rogers, and Green Jones, the 5 on the floor. 75 seconds. Canty catches. Left block goes back out to Johnson. Inside now to Canty. Canty turns underneath. Offensive foul on Quincy Canty. Out of the timeout. Not what you wanted. Cedar Shoals unable to score out of the timeout. Both of them that they've called.
Yeah, that's when I like to see them hold the ball out some and make Walnut Grove have to foul because, I mean, you have the lead. You're up 4.
And the Walnut Grove Sheriff walks in. The students have been just fine. Have you not been here to see the basketball game? Wiping up a wet spot there. 108-59 Cedar Shoals, 55 Walnut Grove. Glad that you are with us. Region 8 5A in Georgia's Class 5A. An absolute loaded class. Latonia, Eagles Landing, Dutchtown, Cedar Shoals. All of a sudden, what are they doing with Kale? Kale went out and hit. Well, let me not use that language. I'm not going to say what they. They just had a boost in enrollment. I'll leave it at that.
Got ourselves a ball game.
Lee has it. 1 minute, a valuable possession. A three on the way. Hill, no, rebound. Lee dunked it home. With a putback jam. 2-point game and a timeout call. 1 remaining. 56 and 2/10 seconds. Cam Lee with a putback dunk. Cedar Shoals was dominating the offensive glass, but now you see Walnut Grove, and look at him fly in and dunk that thing home.
And nobody boxed out.
Here's one thing to know coming out of the timeout, Raheem. Walnut Grove only has 3 fouls, so they have 3 to give before the 1 and 1.
Yeah, so they're going to have a little man-to-man pressure.
They'll come out with the same 5, and they're going to come out 2-2-1 defensively. You take a look at the Walnut crowd student section. The Walnut Grove crowd has been absolutely commendable. They've been in it. The only problem is I want some more people from Walnut Grove to come in here now. You got you a good basketball team, and you've got you a great coach. Build the program through the community. And they made one heck of a fourth quarter run to cut it to 2 in the region. Williams has it, crosses the timeline, got it knocked away to steal. Get it up ahead to Landers. Landers on the attack, layup, no, follow, yes, for Rogers. Even ball game, they've caught him. 59-59, and now whistles, and what do we have? The ball got away. Coach Eldrico Thomas looks down his bench. He's not pleased. Coach Weatherspoon tells him to come out with the trap. Cedar Shoals' 15-point lead is gone. Poof. Brown across the timeline. Everybody standing. Half a minute. And now a timeout called. 30 and 9/10 seconds. Take a look at SUVtv instant replay. Ryan Landers with the lay. He's got 5 points in this fourth quarter. He's got 10 of his 12 in the second half. Yeah. But the follow was there. As you take a look at the SUVtv instant replay. Rogers on the putback. Rogers with 3 points in this fourth quarter, 6 in the half, 12 in the game.
And right now, it just looks like Walnut Grove wants it more than Cedar Shoals. If I'm Cedar Shoals, I'm taking the last shot. I'm not allowing these guys to get the ball not one more time.
You play for overtime, basically. Win or overtime.
Win or overtime.
Walnut Grove 8-0 at home. Cedar Shoals 5-1 on the road. Walnut Grove started the year 11-0 and then lost to North Gwinnett. Won 4 more and then lost to Clark Central the other night. Cedar Shoals has a victory over Clark Central. Cedar Shoals is 4-0 in the region. The region tournament is at Clark Central, in case you were wondering. It'll be here before you know it. Williams side out of bounds. Looks and fires it into the backcourt to Kashyyyk Brown, a young sophomore. Will come on the attack and pull up. Brown, good. Kashyyyk Brown, ice water.
Ice in his veins.
And now Walnut Grove calls a timeout, and that will be their final timeout. It is a full timeout with 17 and 4/10 seconds. Kashyyyk Brown with 13 points in the contest. That was a design play coming out of the timeout. Their first successful hoop out of the timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they set a screen to get him wide open, and he took it with confidence, and, hey, man, he knocked it down.
How big is it for Coach Eldrico Thomas to entrust the sophomore with that shot with Johnson and Canty, two valuable senior stalwarts on the floor at the same time.
But I guess just thinking as a coach, he knows that the eyes are going to be on those two, so let's get Brown wide open and let him take this shot.
Now remember, coming up on SUVtv this weekend, Flying to the Hoop, the 2020 Flying to the Hoop Invitational in Ohio, and then the OSC Give Back Classic in East Orange, New Jersey. All of that is this weekend on SUVtv. 38 teams, 20 games, 4 days, the 2020 Flying to the Hoop Invitational. It'll be fun. And then there's the OSC Give Back Classic. Yeah, Sharif Cooper and that McEachern bunch will be there, Hudson Calf and that bunch there. Get you some New Jersey basketball, and I'll be glad to be there with you on the mic. Yeah, you know it. SUV goes everywhere, and I go everywhere. And right now, we're in Walton County. Walnut Grove city limits, if you ask some. Loganville city limits, if you ask the others. 2-point ball game. Side out of bounds. Triggered in the Selman. And now Coach Eldrico Thomas in the gamesmanship calls a timeout. He wanted to get a look at what they were going to do. Note, Walnut Grove is out of timeouts. Cedar Shoals has one remaining. And it is a full timeout that they have remaining. Walnut Grove has Buford, New Creation Academy, Loganville, Johnson, Clark Central, and they will wrap up the regular season at Cedar Shoals. That's what's remaining for Walnut Grove. Cedar Shoals has won 3 of the last 5 meetings with Walnut Grove. They split last year, and Cedar Shoals took 2 of 3 in 2017-2018.
And I like Cam taking it out right here. You know, you have him take it out, pass it in, and come right off the screen and give it right back to him.
The inbounder is the most dangerous player. They don't do it. Here's 13 seconds. Trying to deny the basketball. Selman picked up by Brown. He lost it. He's in the corner with 8. With 7, Johnson got a steal. He threw it back in. Save in the corner. Open. Green a 3. No. Rebound on the floor. Ball game. Cedar Shoals survives. A valiant effort from Walnut Grove. They came from 15 down. Cedar Shoals storms the floor. And they moved to 6-1 on the road. Walnut Grove falls to 8-1. More importantly, Cedar Shoals wins their 14th straight game. They now go to 19-1 overall, 5-0 in the region. Walnut Grove falls to 15-3. And man, did he have an open look in that corner, Amir Green-Jones, and could not get it to go. Cedar Shoals, man, let's talk about Walnut Grove, though. They started the quarter with a 13-0 run and caught Cedar Shoals at 59. Kashyyyk Brown with the jumper, which finds out to be the game-winning hoop.
Yeah, and I mean, if Walnut Grove got the perfect shot at the end of the game, I mean, you can't ask for a better shot. I mean, he didn't knock it down. I see him now, little tears coming from his eyes. But, I mean, hey, young man, hold your head up. I mean, that was a great shot. We can't make them all, guy.
Tyler Johnson with 19, Quincy Canty with 19, Kashyyyk Brown with 15 for the Cedar Shoals Jaguars. A phenomenal effort. Cedar Shoals only scored 4 points in the fourth quarter. The lead was just big enough. And what's the old saying? Sometimes you spend so much energy trying to come back. Yep. You have nothing left. Walnut Grove had the shot at the end, though, and just did not get it to go.
I mean, it was actually almost a turnover, and somehow they got into the corner. He was wide open, took the shot. I mean, looks like he shot it confidently, but he just didn't make it. I mean, it's a great shot. You can't ask for a better shot than that.
Cam Lee with 21 points to lead Walnut Grove. Ryan Landers and Quande Rogers each had 12 for Walnut Grove. A thriller. Final score, the Cedar Shoals Jaguars 61, the Walnut Grove Warriors 59. Cedar Shoals moves to 19-1. Walnut Grove falls to 15-3. For our entire crew, Slider Sports guy who was there with the first half, Raheem Bridgeforth, wonderful job working with you, man.
Thank you, guy.
And our entire SUVtv crew, I'm Joe Hilsman. We'll see you in Ohio and in Jersey, flying to the hoop and the OSC Give Back Classic on the SUVtv.com.